Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are in a good condition. We are from Seven Group. I am Hanis Novitasari and my friends Laila Sofianaza. We will present the material about clause. What is clause? Clause is a group of related words contain subject and verb. Is different from a phrase which we discussed last week. In the phrase doesn't contain subject and verb. And clause has two kinds. There are independent and dependent clause. First one is independent clause, a clause that can stand by itself and still make sense. An independent clause could be its own sentence. The characteristic of this clause by a comma and has a conjunction find voice. There are for, but, or, yet, and so. Jadi, independent clause adalah klausa yang dapat berdiri sendiri dan memberikan informasi yang utuh sehingga tidak memerlukan kalimat lain sebagai kalimat penjelas. Karakteristiknya diikuti dengan koma dan memiliki conjunction fun voice. Okay, now let's check the example. The first one, Martha is very happy. In the sentence memberikan informasi yang jelas dan utuh bahwa Martha sedang bahagia. Also the same in the second example, we visited Kuta Beach last year. Kita mengunjungi pantai Kuta tahun lalu. Number 3, he is handsome but he had bad attitude. In this sentence contains a conjunction fun voice that is but. He is handsome. Dapat berdiri sendiri dan he had bad attitude juga dapat berdiri sendiri dan memberikan informasi yang jelas. Number 4, she left me and her never come back contains conjunctions and. My mother is cooking food for dinner. And the last example, Dana is late to school. She skips her breakfast. In this sentence contains a comma after the first sentence and the second sentence she skips her breakfast. Nah, dari contoh tadi sudah jelas bukan bahwa independent clause atau bisa disebut dengan main clause adalah kalimat yang memiliki subjek dan predikat dan dapat berdiri sendiri sebagai kalimat yang lengkap dan utuh. Sehingga independent clause bisa disamakan dengan simple sentence. The second kind is dependent clause, also known as subordinate clause. A clause cannot stand alone as a complete sentence because doesn't express complete thought. Jadi, dependent clause adalah klausa yang tidak dapat berdiri sendiri sebagai kalimat yang kompleks karena tidak memberikan informasi yang utuh. The example like, when I was young, before you leave, if you go with us. Dan the characteristic of dependent clause adalah diikuti dengan subordinate like when, before, if, what, whether, where, and etc. Let's take a look in the example. When I was young. Ketika saya masih muda. Di sini in the sentence tidak bisa memberikan informasi yang utuh karena tidak menjelaskan ketika saya masih muda apa yang terjadi. Nah, selanjutnya before you leave, sebelum kamu pergi. Nah, bagaimana dengan setelahnya? Mengapa sebelum kamu pergi ada apa? And the third or the last, if you go with us, jika kamu pergi dengan saya. Nah, di sini klausa ini tidak mengungkapkan gagasan secara utuh dan seringkali menimbulkan pertanyaan, apa kelanjutannya, apa yang terjadi, lalu kenapa, dan sebagainya. Then, dependent clause has 3 types that are noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. The first is noun clause, an independent clause that function as noun in sentence as either subject, an object of verb, and object of preposition. Jadi, dependent clause ini memiliki 3 tipe. Yang pertama adalah noun clause yang berfungsi sebagai noun dan di dalam kalimatnya dapat dijadikan sebagai subjek, object of verb, dan object of preposition. First is noun clause as a subject. There is the pattern. In this pattern, when a noun clause as a subject, noun clause diletakkan di depan kalimat. Dan noun clause harus mengandung non connector, subject of noun clause, verb of noun clause, dan diikuti dengan verb. The example, what you did was wrong. In the sentence, non connector is what, subject of clause is you, and verb of clause is did. Then diikuti oleh verb yaitu was wrong. Okay, let's look in the first example. When the work is not important to me, di mana dia bekerja adalah tidak penting bagi saya. Okay, dalam kalimat ini noun clause-nya adalah where they work, mengandung non connector where, subject they, dan verbnya work, dan diikuti oleh klausa utama is not important to me. Number 2, what Alisa said made her friends cry. Apa yang dikatakan Alisa membuat temannya menangis. Number 3, whatever you do is wrong. Nah, di sini noun clause-nya adalah where they work, what Alisa said, whatever you do, dan selalu diikuti dengan klausa utama supaya dapat memberikan informasi yang utuh. Then noun clause as an object of verb and preposition. The pattern, noun clause diletakkan di kalimat kedua setelah subject and verb. Bedanya dengan noun clause as a subject, di sini sebelum noun clause harus memiliki subject dan verb. Okay, the example, the first one, when noun clause as a object, he suggested that I continue my studies at the famous university. Dia menyarankan bahwa saya harus melanjutkan studi saya di universitas yang famous, yang terkenal. He suggested adalah sebagai subjek dan verb yang diikuti dengan noun clause. Noun konektornya adalah that, subject A, continue adalah sebagai verb. Number 2, I think that the war between those two countries will end soon. I think as a subject and verb that the war between those two countries will end soon adalah noun clause. Dan the last, I don't know where he lives as a noun clause. Dan selanjutnya noun clause as an object of preposition. Di sini harus diikuti oleh preposition like for, from, of, at, and etc. Number 1, Josephine is not responsible for what Alex decided to do. Nah, di sini sebelum noun clause harus diikuti dengan preposition for. Noun clause-nya adalah what Alex decide to do. Di dalam noun clause harus memiliki noun connector, subject, dan verb. Number 2, he is different from what you think. From as a preposition, what you think adalah sebagai noun clause, what as a noun connector, you as a subject, and think as a verb. The last example, they think of where the bag is hidden, also the same. Dan di dalam noun clause memiliki subordinate yaitu when, where, why, how, whatever, whenever, whether, if, and that.
The next is adverbial clause. An adverb clause is a group of words that function as an adverb in a sentence. The clause can modify or describe verbs, adverbs, and adjectives. Jadi di sini adverbial clause adalah susunan kata yang berfungsi sebagai penjelas di dalam sebuah kalimat. Adverbial clause juga bisa memodifikasi atau menjelaskan tentang verb, adverb, dan adjective. So this is we have two pattern about adverbial clause. The first is subject, verb, adverb connector, subject, verb. The example is Teresia went inside because it was raining. Teresia subject, went verb, and because adverb connector it subject, was raining as verb. The second is adverb connector, subject, verb, subject, verb. The example is because is adverb connector, it subject was raining as verb. Teresia subject when verb. So this is any 6 type of connectors. The first is time connectors. The second is cause connectors. The third is condition connectors. The fourth is contrast connectors. The sixth is manner connectors. And then the last is place connectors. Di sini ada 6 jenis konektor dalam metode Douglas konektor atau penghubung. Pada dasarnya cara menggunakannya sama, yaitu subject verb, adverb connector, subject verb, atau adverb connector, subject verb, subject verb. Di sini buat catatan, apabila adverb connectornya berada di tengah kalimat, maka tidak usah diberi koma. Akan tetapi jika adverb connectornya berada di depan, maka setelah verb kalimat pertama diberi koma sebagai pemisah antara kalimat pertama dan kalimat kedua. Seperti itu. The last is adjective clause. An adjective clause, also known as a relative clause, is a type of dependent clause that works to describe a noun in a sentence. Jadi adjective clause juga biasa disebut dengan relative clause yang termasuk dalam tipe dependent clause yang berfungsi untuk menjelaskan noun, kata benda, di dalam sebuah kalimat. And then we have two pattern about adjective clause. The first is subject, verb, adjective connector, subject, verb. For example is I like the book which you recommend. I subject, like verb, the book as a noun, which as adjective connector, you as subject, recommended as verb. Jadi di sini you recommended itu menjelaskan tentang buku yang disukai oleh pembaca. And then the second pattern is subject, adjective connector, subject, verb, verb. For example is the book which you recommended was interesting. The book subject, which adjective connectors, you subject, recommended, verb, was interesting, verb. Jadi di sini was interesting itu menjelaskan tentang buku. Jadi yang menarik itu bukunya. Seperti itu. And then this is any 3 connectors. 3 adjective connectors. The first is whom, which, and that. Whom itu biasanya digunakan untuk manusia atau makhluk hidup, which itu untuk tentang pikiran, yaitu bisa dua-duanya. Dan ini ada more example. I can remember the time when cell phones didn't exist. And then Charlie has a friend whose daughter lives in China. Seperti itu. Okay, enough for today for this presentation about clause. We do apologize if we have some mistakes. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.